Hello, my dear friend. We are
Hello.
here. This is new Paradigms Training, offering a training coming up, part one on April 2nd, part two on April 16th, called The Spiritual Side of IFS, Passengers, Past Lives, Guides, Critters, and More. And we're here with Natasha, who's going to be presenting to us. And I have to say, I'm very excited about this. Natasha and I have known each other, I think, for over 13 years. There's two questions we want to answer here today. What's the difference between part one and part two? Because people are asking. And also, why us at this time, and what are we bringing that people can understand from us?
I started as a social worker 21 years ago and psychotherapist working at a forensic mental health hospital is actually
Mm,
where it started.
yeah.
And that's where, even when I started my IFS work, I was always very interested in what we call UBs, right? Unattached burdens or
Yes.
critters. Some people call them demons. And I really got a first-hand look at what happens when other parts outside of an individual's system
Yeah.
really take hold.
I remember you got your training in IFS, and like within 6 months, you were asking these questions and trying to find experts who could help show you the way. And you were talking about very big experiences with these UBs, like right away from the start.
I needed a lot of support and help is because I wasn't leading with curiosity or compassion. I came to learn from one of my teachers that I was actually operating from idiot compassion. And I also learned that curiosity I thought I was leading with was not curiosity, it was fascination. So even though I had done all of the trainings, I
Yeah.
really needed a lot more fine tuning to understand
Yeah.
what was happening for me. And so even though we have, legacy burden trainings and UV trainings and understanding passengers, there's another category that I work with called inhabitants. And we'll talk about what that looks like because everyone loves to call in their guides and work with guides, but are they guides of the most benevolent source or are they inhabitants? Therapists come to me for consultations when, what they're working with seems to be a little out of the ordinary, which is why I say we're not in Kansas anymore,
Yeah.
because we're in a very specific time here
Yeah.
with human consciousness. And we can talk about the yugas and how we're at the end of the Kali Yuga. This is all going to be in the first training
Okay.
and about understanding that clients have a lot more access to
Yes.
spiritual realms, high and low. And I think that it's important that we educate
Yeah.
them in grounded language about what's happening in their own nervous system and their own parts, and shifting the idea of parts actually being containers of energy that hold a specific frequency and emotion, which just means energy and motion. Part two is really talking about the multidimensionality of human consciousness and what's coming in. Now, a lot of my clients and therapists and the
Yeah.
general public do come to me for channeling consultations, and
Yeah.
they're interested in mediumship and they're interested in connecting with spirit guides or loved ones that are now non-physical. And it's
Right.
actually not that much of a stretch from
Right.
IFS. If
Right.
you're connecting with parts of you that are physical or don't even belong to your native system,
Yeah.
you can also connect with parts, energies, guides, beings, entities outside of your own realm, including this dimension. So
Yeah.
that's really part two, pushing the boundaries of understanding human consciousness and what we can access for healing and ascension, which is really what's happening right now with the human condition.
Amazing. I'm really excited for everyone who's coming, for what they're going to learn from you. I've learned so much over the years from you.
Yeah, it's time to heal in love, grow in love, expand in love. But we can't ignore the mental mind. We do need to understand these things so
Yeah.
that we can sit in self energy, open our hearts, and help everyone rise.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thanks.